Hey, good evening, everyone. Good evening. This is LaShonda Lee, the CEO and founder of Walk in Favor Life Coaching, LLC, and I am really happy to be with you all this evening. I normally don't come on in the evening time, but today I definitely wanted to jump on and just have a really brief conversation with you all. Hope you all had a great evening. Listen, who is on? I see some people who have chimed in. If you could do me a favor and just say hello, good evening. I definitely want to know who I have with me thus far so that we can talk about this thing that must stop, right? Hey, Miss Ham, hope you all are having a great evening. Listen, as a life coach, I work with a lot of women, right? I work with women that have absolutely brilliant ideas. Their minds are just awesome. They have goals. They have they just have a lot going for them, right? And so I really get inspired every time I get an opportunity to work with a new lady. I get inspired to hear what her long-term goals is. I get inspired to hear what her short-term goals are. I get inspired when I see her excitement, right, and the laughter and the joy that she brings to the relationship. But the one thing that I am noticing, and listen, you all definitely got to help me out. The one thing that I am noticing as I'm beginning to work with more and more women is that even though they have these great ideas, they have these awesome plans, they fail to move from planning into implementation, right? They fail to take action, even though they have created an incredible plan. And one of the things that I'm seeing, and maybe you all can share some light on this, let me know if this is something that you all have experienced as well. The one thing that I am noticing that a lot of women are still suffering with. I know we're saying that, this is the new year and, new visions, new goals, new attitude, new personality. And I'm all for that. Of course, as a life coach, you have to be all for that. But the one thing that I'm still seeing, even though it's just been a couple of days into the new year, I'm still seeing these women with bright ideas, with excellent game plans, right? That are going to just do well. I'm still seeing that they have a fear of failure. A fear of failure. And that is so interesting to me because of the fact that if you've taken the time to just sit and think about what it is that you want to manifest in your life, if you've taken the time to kind of create a game plan or a roadmap. And I'm here to tell you, listen, the first plan that we put together normally isn't the plan that's going to get us to the destination. It is the plan that is, let's see, nothing is new under the sun, but it takes hard work. Absolutely, absolutely. The first plan isn't the plan that's going to get us to the goal or to the destination. But it is the plan that's going to get us started, right? And so, you may find yourself in that same situation. You have some goals, some dreams, some visions. You've taken the time to kind of etch out a plan of action, but yet there is a big gap between the planning and the implementation. And so I don't know if you're like some of the women that I found myself working with. There is a true sense of a fear of failure, and it is preventing them from taking action on their own. And of course, that's the reason why they decided to get a coach, because they were just tired. And so here's the thing. Let me share something with you. In the event that you are watching this broadcast right now and you are suffering from this fear of failure, I want you to know, first of all, that fear of failure affects a lot of people. But here's the thing. Let me see. How does it affect you? Let me ask you this question. Do you ever put off doing something because you're not sure how it's going to turn out? Have you ever found yourself putting off something because you were not sure how it was going to turn out? Do you ever avoid situations where you have where you will you have to try something new in front of a lot of people? If you are required to do something new in front of a lot of people, do you back away? Do you back away from the task? Do you back away from the challenge? Do you find yourself backing away from that particular situation? Here's the other thing. Have you ever put off doing something you know will improve your situation? Now, I want you to hear this. Have you ever put off doing something that you know is going to improve your circumstance or your situation, but you put it off? You put it off even though you have no good reason whatsoever. Has that ever happened to you? And the reality is this: if you answered yes to that, guess what? You're not alone. A lot of people find themselves plagued with fear. And most people are in this self-defeating boat on a consistent basis. They're constantly going in circles and circles, even though they want to do it, even though they know the reason why they should do it, but yet they find themselves in this self-defeating boat of fear of failure, right? But listen, if that's you, if you're the person that say, LaShonda, I got some ideas and I actually believe they will work, but this thing called fear is really preventing me from moving forward. And I want you to know that, first of all, there is a way out of that. There is a way out of that, right? But one thing has to become absolutely clear. And, if you ask the average person why it is that they don't move forward in their goals, why haven't they accomplished their goals yet? And they will tell you the fear of failure will always crop up as their number one reason, that number one block. And most of the time it's not because they can't do it, it's just that they have a fear of doing it. I once heard them say that the anticipation of death is worse than death itself, right? And so here's the thing. Why is this though? Even though you can have a great idea, a brilliant idea, you can put together a nice game plan to get you started, but you never implement the steps so that you can see if this is going to work out for you or not. The art. I'm just reading what you said, Miss Ham. The fear of success and criticism if you don't succeed. Absolutely, because people are quick to tell you what you cannot do, what you won't be able to achieve, and as soon as you step out there and maybe you do have this issue of failure, then they're going to be quick to criticize you. And so you're absolutely right. There are a lot of reasons why people literally fear moving forward in the thing that they want so badly. But this is one thing that they used to tell us when I was in sales. You have to do the things that others want in order to have tomorrow what others don't. 97% of the population, you don't want their lifestyle anyway. Think about it. You don't want their lifestyle anyway. About 97% of the population, you don't want their lifestyle anyway. And here's the thing I want you to realize, that if you buy their opinion, you have to buy their lifestyle. So the people that are criticizing you, the people who are telling you that your idea is not going to work, I love this right here. When they tell you that your idea is not going to work, then I want you to ask them, well, what plan do you have? What do you have better for me to do? If what I'm saying to you right now will not work, then why don't you tell me something better? If the business that I'm looking to get started will not work, give me a better business idea. Give me something better. If me going to school isn't going to work, then give me a better idea to manifest my dreams and manifest my goals. And see, when you begin to ask people that particular question right there, then you will be able to see what they really are about. Because think about it. If they had a better way, they will be doing that better way. Would you agree? Instead of criticizing you, they will be working on their own plan. And one thing that I found out is that when people are focused on their own goals and then someone else come and share goals, they're going to encourage you. They're going to inspire you. They're going to motivate you. Why? Because they've been through the bumps and the bruises, the ups and the downs as well. And so when people start criticizing you and telling you that the plan or the game plan that you have is not going to work, then why don't you turn around and ask them for a better plan? And that's when you will see that they really don't have a plan at all. Their plan is to stop you from moving forward, because when you decide to step out and move forward, when you decide to step up and be greater, what you really do is you show them up, because what you're saying is that if I can do it, you can do it too. And so you're showing them that it's not about their inability to succeed. They just don't have the desire. And so misery loves company. I don't want you to go forward if I'm not willing to go forward. That's the attitude of people, right? And so, when you have an idea that you really want to push forward, and this thing called fear kind of shake you, make you shake in your boots, and you really can't move forward, you really can't take the first step, I want you to know, first of all, you're not alone. There are so many other people that find themselves succumbing to fear. But listen, let me ask you this question right here. It's not that there's a fear of not being able to succeed. And let me tell you why. Because think about it. How many times, like if you are a nurse, if you are a teacher, if you are a parent, if you are a spouse, if you're a ministry leader, anything, if you're a secretary, if you started a new job, let me ask you this. Over time, when you continue to do a particular habit over time, then that continual and persistent behavior is what allows you to have success, right? And so it's not that people don't fear. They don't fear that they won't be able to have success, because if you do something over and over again, you literally can be successful at it. They say repetition is the mother of all learning. So the more you do it, the better you get. So to be honest, it's not the fact that people don't think that they can succeed. Is what the real fear is, that you don't think you're going to succeed the first time. That's the real fear. People believe that, what if I don't succeed at this thing the first time? And I want you to really look at that. How many of us succeed the first time at anything, right? How many of you succeeded the first time you took your driver's test? How many of you all succeeded the first time you took a math test? I say math because that was not my favorite subject. How many of you all succeeded when you put in your first job application? How many of you all succeeded, got into the first college that you applied for? How many succeeded at their very first relationship? How many of us succeeded our first go round at being a parent without making a mistake? The reality of the matter is no one. Each and every one of us can find something that we did not succeed at the first time we tried it. Right? Every one of us can find something that we did not succeed in the very first time we tried it. But here's the thing. If we continue to move forward in that task, we saw that we got better. Listen, my first Facebook Live broadcast, I feel, was an absolute disaster. It was a disaster, but guess what? I did it anyway. But now I can come on and talk to you all. And if I make a mistake, oh well, if my words get twisted, oh well, guess what? I'm going to continue to do it, and I'm going to continue to get better. And so the thing is, it's not that we don't fear. It's not that we feel that we can't succeed. It's a matter of us feeling that we can't succeed the first time we do it, right? And the reality is, there's a lot of things that we will not succeed at the first time, but that doesn't make us a failure. We just have to continue to do it to get better and better and better. Think about it. When you first started your job, they didn't just throw you out there and say, listen, you applied for the application. It looked like, you applied for the job. Your application looked nice. You seemed like you knew what you was doing. Go for it. That's not how they do it. They look at your qualifications and they feel that you are a great candidate to train for the job that they want you to do, right? You fill out the application and then they hire you based on what you put on the application, but they already know that you're not going to come in knowing exactly what to do, so they're going to train you. So here I'm saying this to you. If you got some great ideas, and you create at least some type of game plan to get started, don't let fear stop you from moving forward with that plan. Again, your first plan is not the plan that's going to get you to the goal. I just want to tell you that right now. Your first plan is just the plan to get you started on the road, because that first step is important. But guess what? That second step is even more important. And so it's not that we fear failure. It's we fear failing the first time. We fear that we may not get it right the first time. And listen, like I said, we've all failed the first time on something. On something. Every single person on this planet can say, I failed at something the first time I tried it. But if you continue to do it over and over again, those same individuals will tell you that they got better, right? They got better. So I want you to stop being so hard on yourself. Stop, putting that type of pressure on yourself, because 9 times out of 10, the first time you try something, you're not going to be flawless at it. You're going to make a mistake. But guess what? If you continue to move forward, you are going to learn from that mistake. And the reality is this: most people require several attempts and lots of practice to get things done right anyway. I'm going to say that again. Most people require several attempts and a lot of practice to get things right in the first place. Yet we go on expecting ourselves to get our business right the first time, our marriages right the first time. And when I say marriages, I'm not saying married, divorce. But listen, your first year may be rough. It's new to you, right? Your first year of parenting may be rough. It's new to you, right? Your first year of business may be rough. It's new to you, right? And so I just want you to know that if you don't get it right the first time, it's okay. Continue to move forward with your dream. Continue to move forward with your passion. Continue to move forward with your vision. Because guess what? The more you go through it, the more you learn. I once heard that they said when a rocket is going out into space, 90% of the time it's off course. But it's in that last 10% of the time frame to hit its destination that it adjusts the course to hit the target. And so as you are moving forward in your dreams and your goals, the reality is this: first, you got to get clear with what you want, right? The second thing is you got to create a winning game plan. The third thing is you're going to have to take some type of action. And guess what? The fourth thing is you're going to have to adjust, because as you get involved in the activity, you will begin to see what it is that you need to tweak. You will begin to find out, oh, let me do this a better way. Oh, you know what? Instead of going that route, let me go this route. You're going to find a better way, but you will not find a better way if you allow fear to rob you from taking action. You will not find a better way. You will have a bright idea. You will have a great game plan, but that's all you will have. Because if you don't take action, you don't get results. And so I wanted to just jump on because, like I said, while coaching women, I'm just finding that they have some great ideas, and even, some a game plan in place. But fear of failure has robbed them from taking action on that plan. And I remember even in sales, you all, they used to always tell us to go for the no. Go for the no. And, initially that kind of shocked your mind because you're thinking, No, I don't want to know. I want a yes. But one thing we learned is every no put you closer to a yes. So basically, the message was fail fast and fail often. Fail fast and fail often, because if you just get out there, you're going to wind up tweaking your game plan. You're going to wind up tweaking your pitch. You're going to wind up finding out what works, what does not work. And so you want to jump out there, right? And then you want to fail often, because every time you see what didn't work, you learn how to do it better, right? So that the next time it does work. So here's the thing. If you have set your goals, right, and you are ready to live out your vision, you will encounter situations that will fill you with fear, and it's going to make you uncomfortable, okay? It's going to happen. Let me just tell you this now so you don't be shocked, right? It's going to make you feel uncomfortable. But before you succumb to fear, before you allow fear to just really take over, I want you to know that there is a better way. Yes, fear is a strong force, and it can literally handicap your potential. It can convince you to play it safe. It will tell you to stay exactly where you are, because if you try something different, you're going to fail, right? Fear comes in different disguises and forms. And what is its objective? Its objective is to hinder your success. So when you succumb to fear, when you allow fear to stop you from moving forward, then basically you have partnered with the very thing that is going to hinder your success. Right? So if your goals are bigger than what you can handle, then fear will also tell you that you are not capable, or you're not even worthy to accomplish them, right? Fear will attack you with all of this. It would attack you with this. It's almost like an assault, right? If you know about being assaulted, it's just this constant harassment. And fear will literally try to encourage you to give up and to walk away from you even attempting your goals. Notice, fear doesn't try to stop you from obtaining the goal. It tries to stop you from even attempting the goal, right? And so you have to take a bold stand against fear. You have to tell fear to get out of your way, because you have goals and you have a vision that you want to achieve, right? So here's the thing. Even though I've shared this with you, the reality is your perception of reality is real to you. So if your fear is so big that you think you can't get around it, if your fear is so big that you think you can't get under it, if your fear is so big that you think you can't get over it, then guess what? You won't be able to get under it. You won't be able to get around it, and you won't be able to get over it on your own, because you have convinced yourself that you can't do it. And so I want to say to you, I'd love an opportunity to connect with you. I'd love an opportunity to help you get over that fear. So I truly invite you to join me in my private one-on-one coaching, where we can take a look at what is it that you want to achieve in 2017. Right? What is it that you want to achieve in 2017? And then let us together take that big goal and break it down into manageable parts and manageable steps. And why do I say break it down? Because sometimes the big picture itself can be very scary, because when you set goals, it's something that you have never achieved before, which means it's something that you're going to have to do that you've never done before, and you're going to have to become someone that you've never became before, right? And so all of that can be scary. All of that can be fearful. I totally understand. I get it, right? But here's the thing. If we can take your big goal and break it down into smaller parts, and then break it down into everyday activities and everyday steps, guess what? We can together eliminate the fear, because now you're looking at something that I can't do this. Oh, I can do that. Oh, I can carve this into my schedule. This is simple. This is easy. It's easy for me to do. And so I want to invite you to just book a complimentary coaching session with me. It's a 30-minute complimentary coaching session. And of course, no strings attached. We can see if we will be a good match together. So we can look at what it is that you want to achieve. We can even identify why fear has a hold on you. Begin to look at what are your beliefs. What is your belief system? What is your mindset right now? What is the music that you constantly tell yourself? Because think about it. Whatever you're thinking will determine what you say, what you do, and how you feel. And fear is an emotion, right? And so we need to figure out what is behind this fear. And so once we figure out that, then we can begin to give you some more empowering mindset, empowering beliefs that will help you to move forward in your goals. But at the same time, you have a coach that is cheering you on. You have a coach that is supporting you, encouraging you, as well as helping you get the goal done. Because maybe you don't have anyone to assist you. Maybe you suffer from not having the guidance or the mentorship. And so that could be a reason why you fear. So what I want to do is offer you an opportunity just to book a complimentary coaching session with me, and let's really get down to the meat and potatoes of what it is that you want this year. What is it that you're willing to sacrifice? And let's put a game plan in place so that you can take action, because the more you take action, the less fear has control over you. Because every time you take an action, you're telling fear that I've overcome you. You're telling fear that I'm no longer afraid. You're telling fear that I want to accomplish this goal. You're telling fear that my family is bigger than you. You're telling fear that my bank account needs to be bigger than you. You're telling fear that my livelihood is bigger than you. And so if you know today that you want to achieve much, but you haven't moved forward because of fear of failing, then I invite you to join me in my private coaching. And here's the great thing. For those of you all who join me this month, in the month of January, for my private one-on-one coaching, when you enroll for 6 months of coaching with me, I am going to bonus you into my private group coaching called Jules Circle of Success. It is a group coaching and accountability with other women, like-minded women who are looking to live a spectacular and gratifying life. This is a monthly membership fee, but when you sign up for my private coaching for 6 months, guess what? I'm going to bonus you into the group, and we are going to waive your monthly fees for an entire year. Right? So for 12 months, you will not be required to pay the monthly fee to participate in the group coaching. And so that's definitely a steal right there. It's an investment in yourself so that when you turn around December 31st, 2017, when you turn around and look, you'll be able to see everything that you accomplished, everything that you sought after, everything that you conquered, because you decided to no longer allow fear to rule you. And so listen, I look forward to you all joining me in my private coaching and my group coaching program. Go to www.walkinfavorinc.com and you can schedule your complimentary coaching session today. Again, www.walkinfavorinc.com. So listen, I look forward to seeing you in my private coaching. I look forward to seeing you in the group coaching and accountability. And I look forward to seeing you at the end of the year, having all of your 2017 goals accomplished. So I look forward to helping you achieve your goals, and you enjoy the rest of your evening. And remember, fear does not have to rob you of your dreams, of your goals, of your visions. It can only have control if you give it control. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye now.